Let's meditate. What happened is a little stressful case. And I'm in the middle of it. Because I like having fun. I want to share. It's related to the computer. And this morning I noticed that my finance file was gone on my computer. And all the files are not in the organized order. So this file has all the information of my bank, stocks, property information, and the history in Japan, New Zealand, and the United States. Pretty much all the information. So it's gone. So nothing like this happened before. What do I do? I talked to my friend and went through searching for the file, but couldn't find on the desktop anywhere, or the trash, or on the iCloud. This is Apple program. What do I do? All the information, tax record, financials, histories. No, not the enviable position. Never I had these kind of things happen. So that was probably 3 hours ago. And when I was trying to figure out what to do after not being able to find the file, I looked into the AI for their suggestions. I followed through, didn't go through all the way, but there was some hiccup too. That Apple ID, I had a password but wasn't there that I could remember. So trouble continued that way. Then I came up with the idea. I have a backup computer which has all the information, not all but fairly current. You're supposed to have the backup. I have most of it, but not to the total, probably several months behind. But at least have some information. So the thought was, at least I could get this file in the old computer. I can download it and have it in the external disk. But one of the connection was missing. So, and also when I was doing it with all the external disk, but the small one, flash disk, it takes too much time. So long story short, I thought I could upload to Google Drive. Then it's just via Wi-Fi and fast. that was a crucial moment that I made a mistake, that I didn't think about the synchronizing of the iCloud between my old MacBook Air to the new MacBook Air and vice versa. So when I tried to upload to the Google Drive, this synchronization of iCloud took place. So when I noticed, because of the synchronization, the old computer, that the file I had was gone. So I thought I had a solution, but now that solution is gone. So I'm waiting for the Apple to answer my question, how to do, or what to do. My friend told me that the Apple can, or if you go to the iforgotapple.com, there's information about the past backup it may have done, so that the deleted information may be there. So where I stand is to talk with the Apple people to describe the situation for their help. So this is one of those events. It requires a calm and quiet mind to take care of yourself. I don't know the worst case, because there's so much information, all the financial information in that file, about 15 gigabytes. But I have an intuitive sense that also my friend told me that Apple may keep those information deleted from the iCloud. I don't know if that's the case. So that's where I stand. So what's the lessons learned? I think I wasn't rushing. I went through step by step and talking with a friend. But it was a bit confusing. Why file like that get lost all of a sudden? So hacking was one of the questions I had, but we talked and concluded that may not be likely cause, because if there's a hacker, they will keep the file intact behind so that they can play with it. So the verdict is still unknown. And what do I do? Just have calm and quiet mind, accept everything as is, and see. I don't know if Apple people was responding. Okay, better get back on this one. Talk to you later. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, here's the story. I don't know where to start. My MacBook Air is about 10 months old, maybe 9. And whatever the reason, when I open my MacBook Air, usually my files on desktop is organized, but it was not in this organized manner. And then when I try to look for the file which is named as finance, I couldn't find it. So that scared me, because that file had all the information of my stocks, or the bank information and property and all the record of it, about 15 gigabytes. So that's the beginning of it. So I went through AI to get some guidance, so that I did the search from this MacBook Air, and also deleted file, and basket, it's trash, and I couldn't find it. So, long story a bit short, I remember that I have this backup MacBook Air, which is year 2015, right? And in there is the file, the same file, finance file, and I was very happy because I had this computer. But that's not the end of the story, because when I tried to move that file, I realized that I don't have a good connection in terms of the USB connection from that old file to the new computer where the file was lost, right? So after trying with this on the continuation of Let's Meditate, and not the usual case, because I have this document or file, important file, I cannot access it anymore, even from the time machine, an external disk, because this external disk I bought last year, I was rushing to fly out, and I made the backup then, and another time in January, and this is June, but I thought it was backed up, but I found that something is wrong. So it's a very important file about the finance, tax report, and all the information, and the comments, backup information files. Yeah, it's a huge amount, 15 gigabytes. So tomorrow I'll be talking with Apple service. Something may be wrong with the Apple computer, MacBook Air, but I don't know. The point of meditation is it's a real life, and I want to keep practicing what I do. So using the brain, what's the worst case scenario? I cannot picture everything, but if my life is simple and the tax return may be somewhat corrected, available in TurboTax, at least 2 or 3 years, there's a financial issue that I need to look at in terms of the money laundering form. What's the name of that? FBER filing, and some bank information here and there, because I have some money in New Zealand and so forth. So it's going to be very messy. And I guess I don't have to jump into conclusion, but it could be messy, and I have to be prepared. And what I do is to talk with Apple service people, because it could be a possible problem with the machine, MacBook Air, as well as the external disk and operation related to that. And I had a backup with the other MacBook Air, but I made a mistake as I was downloading to a what's the name of the file? Not the external one, it's the quick one. But it was taking time, so I was trying to get the shortcut by uploading to the Google Drive. But when I tried to do that, that iCloud got synchronized, and the original file I had in the old MacBook Air is gone. So tomorrow Apple and I may be able to talk what can be done, but the possibility of I lost all the files, important files, could be real. If I were to estimate, could be 50%, 60%, possibly more. So what do? Meditate. It's just a paperwork mess to a degree, but the verdict is not here. So no need to worry, because I don't have much information. Overnight I might think this and that, but no more point of worrying about it. Accept it. The whole day pretty much I spent on this, but it's just a day. Be careful about how you treat the information. And I may continue this tomorrow, because it's an interesting case of how I can recover without going crazy. The funny thing is that this morning, Miles is the Navy guy. He was to catch the plane, and he was sleeping late because last night we were out bonfire, and he was up until 1 o'clock, and his alarm didn't ring. So he was, what's the word, cussing? Frustrated, upset, and drove the car. And I was looking at that. I felt sorry for him. I kind of feel sorry for myself that these things happen. Let's smile. There's a moment in my life that I felt like crying because of something happened that was finance related. Actually, this is the finance file that is missing. But now, it's just a pain related to paper, not as much. Unless my money in the bank or stock or other things can be impacted, that's a trouble. But hey, let's practice this, what I've been doing. It's a self-talk, but I think it's a good point to keep at it. So it's a unusual situation a bit for me, but I like to keep you updated. That's all I can say. Thank you for listening. May all beings be happy.